Whenever I think about Brazil, the first thing that pops into my head is the Rio 2016 Olympics and the Christ the Redeemer statue. But I'm here to tell you that there's a lot more to Brazil than just the last Summer Olympics and the really big Jesus statue. In my speech, I will describe to you the wonders of Brazil in hopes that you have a better understanding of what it's like to be a Brazilian. I've never been to Brazil, but in the past couple weeks I've done extensive research, so I feel I'm well qualified to talk to you about the topic. First, I'll tell you a little bit about Brazil. Then I will describe to you their rich and fascinating culture. And lastly, I will go into depth about Brazilians and their lifestyle. To begin, there's so much more to Brazil than just the infamous statue. Brazil, or as the natives know it, República Federativa do Brasil, is located in South America. According to the Land and Climate section on Brazil, on Culturegram's World Edition, not only is Brazil the largest country in South America, but it is the 5th largest in the world. Brazil borders almost every country in South America, the only exceptions being Chile and Ecuador. The country's capital is Brasilia. I know, right? Brasilia, Brazil, real original. Over 50% of the country is forest, and Brazil is home to the largest rainforest and second largest river in the world. The climate in Brazil is tropical due to its location below the equator and it's humid in the forest and coastal areas. However, the humidity is not as bad as the rest of the country. The Amazon is home to a wide variety of species and unique animals, but their home is being destroyed due to deforestation, which has become a big issue on a global scale. Now I will delve further into the culture of Brazil. As stated in Brazil in Worldmark Encyclopedia of the Nations, the official language of Brazil is Portuguese. Over 99% of the population speak Portuguese. A good percentage, however, of Brazilians speak English, and it is something that they offer in schools. However, it's not a requirement. It's more like a foreign language credit. The religion that's most common in Brazil is Catholicism. 74% of Brazilians are associated with the Roman Catholic Church, which could be a good reason why there's a huge Christ the Redeemer statue in Rio de Janeiro. Brazilians have a very rich culture. Ethnicity in Brazil is very diverse, but the culture around is mostly the same. Brazilians are very fun-loving, they're outgoing, they're very extroverted, and they speak their minds. They're very family-oriented and love spending time with one another. Although Brazilians like to have fun, they're also very hardworking. They do what they need to be done to provide for their families. Architecture, cuisine, and music are important parts of Brazil's culture. The architecture in Brazil is fascinating. However, most of the really big monuments are associated with the Roman Catholic Church, hence the Christ the Redeemer statue and the Cathedral of Brasilia, which is a really large monument in Brazil. The food of Brazil differs according to which region you're in, but most meals consist of rice and beans, and then the official beverage of Brazil is coffee, so they drink a lot of coffee. The music in Brazil stems from European and African roots. However, the typical music you'll hear in Brazil is samba. Now I will speak about Brazil and Brazilians and their lifestyle. Family is an essential part of the Brazilian culture. Families are very patriarchal, meaning the man is the breadwinner and they bring home like the money, and then the women are the ones that stay home, take care of the families, they cook and they clean. Some children do have to drop out of school to help support their families. And children tend to live with their parents until they get married, sometimes even after. As I said before, Brazilians are very family-oriented. Most families are very close, making time for each other whenever possible. The extended families don't just make time for the holidays. They come over for really any opportunity to spend time with one another. Parents care for their children when they're young, so in turn, the children care for their parents when they are older. If the parents get elderly, they usually live with the children versus like an assisted living facility. They prefer that in that culture. There's a very big gap between the rich and the poor in Brazil. It has one of the largest economies in the world, but most people don't know this due to its economic inequality, meaning that the rich are very, very rich, but the poor are extremely poor. And it doesn't help that the Brazilians have they tend to have bigger families. It's hard to believe that just a few weeks ago, I had no idea how interesting and exciting the country of Brazil was. First, I told you about the Brazil's geography. Second, I told you about the exciting culture and the Brazilian people. And lastly, I told you about the lifestyle of the people in Brazil. I hope that after today, you have received a deeper look into Brazil's culture and that you found it as alluring as I did.
That was good, Jordan. What's Catholicism? What you said?
Still on recording.